townspeople attacked Judge Lauren Lake on paternity court.
She a liar.
She was not even in the picture, Your Honor, so she has nothing to do with this. We was
what
together
picture that
here.
was?
2011, I was pregnant when baby was already here when they met, Your Honor.
All right. You are not.
I knew it!
Thank you!
I knew it!
I knew it! I told you!
In desperate need of child support, Miss Chappelle stepped up in the court suing Mr. Todd. She claimed that the defendant was the father of her baby girl, and his girlfriend was manipulating him for denial. Meanwhile, the man alleged that the woman was just pinning her child on him to get back at him.
Mr. Todd, you state there's no chance that the child in question is your daughter. You say Miss Chappelle will stop at nothing to get you back, even if it means pinning a child on you that isn't yours.
True, Your Honor.
Initially, the plaintiff claimed that the alleged father's negligence made her lose her job. She claimed that the man had never taken care of the baby, so she had to pay for that. But the man denied it, and the awful war of words blurted out like this.
You two were in a sexual relationship.
Yes.
It wasn't
And
no
what type
relationship.
It wasn't a relationship.
No.
You were just having sex.
Just having sex.
If you were having sex and she got pregnant, were you using protection every time?
No, at the time when we met, I was pregnant.
But
Your Honor.
at
We
that-
never used
when we met, she was pregnant.
Wow, that was just insane! Mr. Todd further claimed that baby mama was sleeping with another man as she conceived the baby, which inflamed his doubts. But it turned out that the man was still beating the girl, because besides his main girl, he had several side chicks.
She was messing around with other guys, and by me being young and just doing crazy stuff, I go and mess with her at the same time too. So she was messing with men all at one time. But this one never my girl. I was in a relationship with someone, and she was messing around too. She was having sex with other. I had a girl.
Miss Chappelle denied all the claims. She alleged that she was not messing around with any other dude besides the man standing at the podium. And this time, the man's girlfriend could not hold herself back. So she jumped in, and they started squabbling like this.
Do you admit that you were having sex with other people in addition to Mr. Todd during the window of conception?
No, Your Honor.
She a liar.
She was not even in the picture, Your Honor, so she has nothing to do with this. We was
What
together
picture that
here.
was?
2011, I was pregnant when baby was already here when they met, Your Honor.
All right.
However, things took a worse turn when Miss Collins came into the picture. Further, it slipped that Miss Chappelle stole the phone and then took revenge for cheating by breaking their car windows. And to support her claims, the co-defendant brought evidence.
I had proof that she bust out my windows on my car. She ran. I have
She came to
a
where she
receipt.
was.
I have proof,
From
and I have a
different
police
side of
report
town.
that
Come
she
where
bust
I'm
my
at.
windows out on
Do
my
you
car.
have that evidence here today?
I do, ma'am.
This is
And
an
Ms. Chappelle
incident
did it.
report which says there was damage to private property, vehicle.
And I do have the receipt too, Your Honor.
Further, it was revealed that baby mama was in miserable condition, so the defendants decided to take her to their house. But the bummer was the plaintiff turned her eyes after that and made other people take care of her baby while she was out having sexual intercourse with different men.
Was taking the baby when she's out having sex with different guys, coming in different times of night.
Okay, and so you feel like you moved her in and then she was avoiding getting the DNA test.
She doesn't look like Mr. Todd. And my cousin came and told me, she was saying it could be someone else's baby.
Oh my, how could people be so annoying? Like, if you've embraced the baby, then what would be the point of denial? Mommy disclosed that when the baby was born, he came with his whole family and complimented the baby. But the man cunningly changed his statement and asserted that even the doctor said to him that the baby was not his.
I told him that I was pregnant, and he was like, oh, this your third child, whatever. Well, he was like, our child would be the prettiest child. We're gonna have our baby, and we came to agreement that he would be there for her. And when I had her at the hospital, him, his brothers, all them came.
Came to the hospital.
Did you go to the hospital, Mr. Todd?
Yes, I went to the hospital. Yeah.
And
Now it was time to listen to Big Mama. She testified that the man was swinging in between different women without protection. This triggered Judge Lake about the mess they had created, so she articulated the facts like this.
When these two started messing around, he was on his first baby mama. That's who he was messing with. At the time when he was messing with my daughter.
it's like y'all playing tic-tac-toe or something.
Yeah,
I mean, you
but-
just
but-
here,
but-
there,
but-
everywhere.
Man, tic-tac-toe know, but this is his baby, he know it.
This sexual
He been that
activity
big
with
for that.
no protection.
A goofy blame game was going on in the court, and no one was ready to drop their stupid allegations. But as you know, it's Judge Lake's court, and no one could bamboozle her. So she thrashed the man like this.
She don't want to mess with her other baby dad, all the rest of them. She want to
so
come to
obsessed
me
with him.
and mess with me.
Well, you want to
bother
mess
me.
with her too.
But all the other men
Thank
mess
you,
with her.
thank you, thank you, thank you. He messing with us
Why
like
you wanna
behind this kind of back, yeah.
Look.
The alleged father and baby mama had intoxicated the situation instead of resolving the friction. But it was evident that both needed DNA results badly for their baby and their relationship. So, let's see those results.
Mr. Todd, you are not the father. And you're
you're a liar.
smiling, Miss Chappelle?
She a pretty
Yes,
little girl.
because at
She
the end
not
of the
pretty.
day,
You need to find
this
her.
is
She a
his
pretty
child.
little girl.
What they did, they
No.
say, I ain't having sex with no one else you want. I know this only man I was messing with at the time.
Yep.
I knew it.
Pernicious rumors warned Mr. Green about not being the father of his wife's baby. He dragged his spouse into the court, claiming she was amphiphilic and had messed with other people, which knocked him out of this paternity run. Meanwhile, the defendant was determined to prove him wrong.
Mr. Green, you claim that the defendant repeatedly cheated on you during your marriage with both men and women. You state you have every reason to doubt that you are one-year-old Keegan's biological father because of Mrs. Green's sexual track record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you've petitioned the court for a paternity test.
Yes, ma'am.
The alleged father's doubts regarding the baby's paternity flared up when he started to behave differently. He claimed that he never knew where his wife was or what she was up to. She never bothered to inform him, but the mommy claimed that the plaintiff abandoned her and the child. That's why she stepped back.
She told me she going to the store for like an hour. She'd be gone for like 2 or 3 hours and get back. I asked her where she been. Like she just been to her girlfriend's house. To her girlfriend's house can mean really her boyfriend's house or both. Like who knows, you know what I mean?
What if the store was just crowded?
I don't think Burger King at 10 o'clock at night is crowded until like 1 in the morning. So this is what made me like not want to be with her.
It slipped that the potential father moved to another city with another woman. But to defend himself, he claimed that when they broke up, the baby mama gave birth to another man's child, which tickled Judge Lake like this.
Okay, and then there was another time where like I flew back from Atlanta, like we said we was gonna get it together. You know what I'm saying? I flew back from Atlanta, came in the house,
where he
we're
left
chilling.
with another woman in Atlanta. Tell the whole
We
story.
just broke it up. You already had another child by somebody else. So what you mean?
Yes, ma'am, I did, and he would have also had another child during that point. If
Allegedly.
still
She
another
said that was
child.
allegedly. That wasn't mine. That
there is
allegedly.
still
She was
another
smart.
child
What
that
kind
is
of
possibly
marriage
his.
is this?
Further, the man revealed that he found the wrappers of the condom, which made him certain that his girlfriend had brought another man into the picture. But the woman stated that she had never cheated on him, and the other guy came when Mr. Green left for his baby mama.
Like one time I came home or whatever from being like out or whatever, out of town or whatever, I came and was
Out
kind
of
of rapping on
town.
the
How
floor.
long were you out of town for? Where were you at when you were out of
I
town?
was in Atlanta.
Right, in Atlanta. Right.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta.
With who?
Were you in Atlanta with your son's mother, or were you in Atlanta visiting your son? There's a difference.
However, the baby mama claimed that she had not dragged anyone into her marriage, and at the time she conceived the baby, she was intimate with the potential father only. But the man denied her testimony, over which she reacted this way.
I had not been with anyone during the time that this child was conceived besides
Oh, really? Somebody
him.
wasn't calling your phone?
So,
Old boy wasn't keep calling your
do you
phone?
get pregnant through the phone?
You are certain
Yes,
that
ma'am.
during that time, even though you'd had sex with other men and women, during this time when this child was conceived, you were only sleeping with your husband.
Yes, ma'am.
The man claimed that people around town were sending him red flags due to his wife swindling. So his cousins put on their detective hats and found out that his wife had spent a significant amount of time in the men's barber shop.
My cousin, them telling me that she be on the barbershops all the time, messing with this one, messing with that one. Like,
Now,
please.
all of this was happening during the time the baby was conceived?
Yeah, this is all around the same time, yes.
Together.
Or whatever, together. Yeah, we was part of
Right.
having a good time together. But at the end of the day, I was about you, and that was that. You was about everything else. I didn't want
Okay.
none of that.
The plaintiff alleged that his wifey had made him fall from grace, as she brought another woman for her husband to fulfill his desires. Oh gosh, this was hard to comprehend. What woman on earth asks her husband to bang another woman? That's gross.
That was my first sexual experience with two females and all that. She asked for all of that.
He was there,
that was her
though.
people's.
He
That
was
was her
there.
homegirl. Who does that?
He was
You know, what
there.
woman brings another woman into the situation, into the equation?
So
That said
now
she wanted it.
you two,
And I
as a
didn't even like
married
the, I didn't even like the female. Like, I
during
didn't
the
even like the
time-
Oh, he didn't like that female,
Yeah.
but he liked
You
it.
don't
Hold
like
on.
advocate,
Let's
like,
get some order. Hold on 1 second.
Nonetheless, the man claimed that his wife brought another into their marriage, which made him doubt the baby's paternity. But sir, no woman can father a child. Judge Lake reminded him of that too. And it turned out that the baby mama told herself that she was messing with another dude.
During this time, you've heard rumors that she's sleeping around with other
It was
people.
a female. She actually brought a female into the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, she brought
Well, she's not gonna get pregnant by a woman. I hate to break that to you. We need to understand what men have you heard.
No.
Because a female cannot impregnate anybody, and this is paternity court, so we need somebody to be a father.
However, Miss Green testified that her spouse was just making things up. Yet she confessed about having a relationship with another. She claimed that the potential father had double standards, so he kept another going on. And even his claims sounded fishy. So Judge Lake hopped into it like this.
He has double standards. Everything's cool as
I
long
don't
as
have
it's
no
going
double
his
standards.
way.
Why are you lying?
But
You told me that. You told me that you was pregnant. You told me that you might be pregnant. Like, before
Okay.
you told me you might be pregnant by somebody else. You told me that.
Really?
Before I even flew back there. Yes, you did.
Okay.
You told me that.
You just now saying that she told you that she may be pregnant before you ever flew back from Atlanta?
Yes, Your Honor.
Finally, to understand this paternity puzzle, Judge Lauren Lake summoned the witness. He claimed that baby mama turned up and brought numerous men into her bed. This triggered the judge, so she asked for an explanation like this.
They both turned up, but she extra turned up.
I believe I want you to explain to me in respectful language, if possible, what turned up means. Enlighten me.
No holds barred. Everything is a go.
Sexually.
Yes.
Understood. Multiple partners.
Vegas in the bedroom.
Next, Mr. Green asserted that the baby's appearance had also pinched him, as the baby did not possess any of his features. He claimed that the woman had dated the typical black man and that he looked more like them. Huh, man, didn't someone tell you that babies come in all shapes and colors?
The child looks like you?
No, I don't.
no,
I
their
don't-
mouth is open the same with the same dun-dun look on their face. Like, come on now. But my baby don't look like
He
you.
looks like a typical black male. Like, come on.
Oh, you do too. Imagine that.
Yes, and
So let's
you've been
get
sleeping
paperwork,
and you've been sleeping
so we
with
don't even have to
typical
worry
black
about it.
men.
You don't see
I
any
wish I could-
resemblance here?
No.
With all the testimony done, it was evident that nonstop bickering and allegations would not help them find the clue they were looking for. And the truth was sealed in the DNA envelope. So to end their paternity dispute, Judge Lake moved towards the results.
Mr. Green, you are the father.
Now turn up to that.
You shouldn't be surprised.
I'm not surprised, are
Yeah,
you?
You shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised that I said
Okay,
something.
I don't
Like,
even
come on.
care. I don't even care. It's
All right,
okay.
all
I just
right.
need my paperwork.
Every girl grows up looking up to her father, and that was just the case for Miss Others. Growing up, she had a great relationship with her dad, but suddenly things took a pretty bad turn. It all happened when Miss Others' father all of a sudden started denying paternity. Poor Miss Others, just a teenage girl, had to struggle to accept this new reality.
When my daughter was about 2 years old, she and I became intimate again, and she wound up pregnant. So of course I'm being excited. I'm there for her. There's a doorbell, and somebody's at the doorbell. This other gentleman comes in saying, "Where's my baby?" Saying that he was the father, and she's also telling me that I'm the father as well.
Well, Mr. Bell has a lot to say. According to him, in the beginning, he believed that this was his daughter until he found out that the woman he had been involved with hadn't been very honest with him. So he met Miss Others at a McDonald's and gave her an ultimatum. He wanted a DNA test.
He hasn't been there for me.
I've been there for her, and I don't know what she's talking
You
about. I
have
haven't
not.
been there for
No,
her.
you have not.
You admit this McDonald's day happened?
Probably.
Probably.
Can't recall that.
Mr. Bell, if you forget a fact like that, your credibility is shot.
No. That wasn't a topic of conversation when I met her at McDonald's.
Now, Judge Lauren asks Mary, the mother, to step into the court, and she insists that she had always been honest with Mr. Bell. She had already told him that her first child might be another man's, but Mr. Bell claims she kept lying. So, who's being the honest one here? Then Mr. Bell's mother comes into the picture.
Did you have any doubts at that time?
No doubts at all, Your Honor. No doubt. Only when the baby was born, the little boy.
So you don't doubt her?
I don't doubt
You
Your Honor.
believe that she's your son's child?
I believe there's a possibility.
A possibility?
Yes.
But you also
Because he
believe
was
that her mother could be lying again?
Yes.
I'm not lying, Your Honor.
Everybody starts arguing and forgets that this is actually about Miss Others, the teenage girl who doesn't know if her father is her father. The judge asks her to share how it felt being at the center of so much chaos, and she says it was incredibly hard.
She came to my job with my grandbaby and asked me for more money. I gave her the money. Her mother calls me and said, "Why did you give her money?"
If you
That's
weren't
not
sure,
true.
You are lying.
You already lied.
That is not
About
no.
the lie.
So wait.
all you're doing is being a mama's boy.
It all turns into a big mess, and Mr. Bell even talks about smacking the girl. This man has to be out of his mind. Mr. Bell accuses his daughter of being a liar and a troublemaker. He keeps yelling in court, and after all this trouble, there's really only one way to resolve it.
Mr. Bell, you are not.
I knew it!
Thank you.
I knew it!
I knew it. I told you. He's a liar. No good liar.
Who the daddy is?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you so much. Told you, Tiana. Told you.